fresh off the Super Bowl.
I love that you just said, steel yourself.
Steel your nerves.
Steel your nerves.
Gird your loins, nerds.
I don't know what that means, guys.
Gird your loins, Daddy's talking Super Bowl. There's the title right out of the gate. The third Kelce brothers got some stuff for you. They didn't know it. Separated at birth. Me and those huge
They're big.
world-class athletes.
They're really big.
This little forgotten one. I lived under the Kelce stairs for years. They're my Dursleys. Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. We're going to get to the bottom of it today. Well, I had to restart my camera, so I'm going to have to do some stuff. It doesn't materially affect you in any way, shape, or form. None of the technical aspects of this podcast affect you in any way, shape, or form.
Except writing the agenda, which I do every week by my lonesome.
There's nothing technical about that.
Okay.
Slapdash, ham-fisted nonsense. Hey, guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. We're off script today. I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of the Cold Hands, Warm Hearts podcasting duo.
Hi, guys. I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. Welcome to episode 88. Here we are. Fresh
88.
off the Super Bowl.
Fresh off the Super Bowl. Spoiler alert, episode 89, Taylor's coming on.
Guys, we got
Because
her.
that's her thing. We got her, guys.
Producer's been working
She has.
behind the scenes.
We paid handsomely for a suite at the Super Bowl yesterday so he could like casually run into her. Producer was like, oh, hey.
Oh, hi.
Hi, long time.
Yeah.
It's producer.
Yeah.
Remember? You don't. Hey, Taylor, want to come on a podcast
Come on here, Tay.
at these people's place?
At their house. It's
There's
not
a-
creepy.
There's a really well-written agenda.
Yeah. It's all about you.
Anyway.
Anyway, what you been up to?
Oh, Super Bowl. I just got back. I just got
back
back
from
in
Vegas.
from Las Vegas. And guys, it was a whirlwind spectacular.
He took the private jet.
Singing around the baby grand with Usher and Alicia till the sun came up.
Listen.
Post Malone,
Oh,
me and him
Reba?
split a bottle of NyQuil. Reba brought some tots. Brought some tots. Hey, Reeves.
judged our singing.
Hey, Reeves, Lil Jon just started yelling in
Just
my face.
yeah.
What are you affirming? What is
Tots.
bottom of
He
it?
loves them.
Guys, what if we found out that all these years, that's what he's been screaming for this whole time?
He just likes potatoes.
Off screen, there's
Fried ones.
It's like when little kids get their photos taken and then the photographer's like dangling Mr. Frog.
Yeah.
So they'll smile.
Yeah.
All the while they're recording or shooting a video, Reba's just dangling a bag of tots for, hey, John, over here, sweetie. Reba's got your tots. Yeah. Okay. Honey pie, you want some ranch with those tots?
Got enough
What? You want some catsup with your tots, sweetie sugar? Come on over here. You remember me from the TV? I had a sitcom. It's called Reba Look Tots, and then just just shakes them.
on a thing of fishing wire.
Tots are catnip for Lil Jon.
Oh, apparently.
Okay.
Listen, is that where we should begin with the halftime show? We're going to get to it eventually, but this is the perfect lead-in. Let's get there. And
How did we connect these?
circle back.
Connect the tots.
Connect the dots. Okay, so did you watch the Super Bowl here last night?
No, I didn't watch it at all.
You didn't at all?
No,
That's not true.
I watched it. I
You
watched
were
it here.
live texting.
I watched it here at the house.
Okay. So I did not engage with much of the Super Bowl until halftime and beyond. But once halftime hit, I was in.
Oh, you didn't watch anything until then?
Not
So
really. 'Cause I went to a Super Bowl party at my friend Julie's house.
There was a really good football
There was
game
a lot
at the
going on.
Usher concert last night.
There really was.
If you missed it.
I did. I watched the second half of it, and boy, was it exciting.
Yeah.
What a game.
Man, Post Mahomes really brought it home
He brought
late
it.
in the game.
That last touchdown.
Yeah, let's talk
pass.
about it. Let's do a Super Bowl special.
Let's do it.
Because guys, here's where you come for your sports news, for your Super Bowl news, for your entertainment news,
tips.
for your tot updates. It's what you get. And here's the thing, guys. No one else on the whole internet is doing Super Bowl recaps today, so just stick with us.
This is what's going to bring us the listeners
Don't
today.
touch that dial, you dorks. Stick with us.
Don't do it. We're going to break it down all
It's
of it.
Swirly City if you go anywhere else.
So you watched it here.
Right here.
I went to a friend's house, my friend Julie. Hi, Julie.
I don't get invited to a lot of social gatherings.
Well, because
It's the smell.
you do. I do. But
You get
don't
invited?
go.
Are you bragging that you get invited?
No, I invite you.
Oh, no.
And you don't come.
I didn't say that I
And
did.
if you decline enough, people will stop asking.
That's not true. People continue to ask. I
And I continue to decline.
My favorite thing is whenever friends recap an event that they were at that I was absolutely invited to. I just say I wasn't invited to that. They go, "You were," and I say, "No, I was not."
Gaslighter. You gaslight people enough, they're not going to invite you anymore.
If I was a Marvel superhero,
You'd
I'd be the
called
gaslighter, and it would be a double meaning because my powers, you know where I'm going.
I do know where you're going. Let's talk about the Super Bowl.
Backdoor arsonist.
You.
Episode 1. Oh no!
Here we go.
City Hall's under attack.
Here we go.
It's the gaslighter. Ah! Do you remember what's that voice from? Ah!
Mr. Balloon guy.
The pincushion man.
The pincushion man.
Be aware, take care, you're just filled with air.
Wow.
One prick, a pin will break your skin. Ah! If
Brandon.
you guys haven't seen the pincushion man,
If you know what we're talking
that's
about,
bang on accurate.
that was fantastic.
And
what
he's-
an obscure cartoon.
He's a pincushion with a bunch of pins in himself.
Yeah.
And he just comes like skadooshing along.
to Balloony Land.
Follows his big tummy, which is just the pin cushion.
Yep.
And he just whips pins at balloon people, just terrorizing them.
Yeah.
What did they do to him?
And therein lies the source of our trauma.
And every dude, no doubt, I wake up screaming once a week.
No.
I'll just be laying there. I'll just be floating around my little dreamy balloon world, and I'll just wake up to the sound of
Google it, guys.
Guys,
It's fantastic.
we need to find on the socials, find something of the pincushion man and post it, because it's one of those things, what's it called? The Mandela effect, about how people are like, did that happen or didn't it? Like, how was the Berenstain Bears spelled? Like that whole phenomenon.
Right.
I wonder if the pincushion man was real.
I bear witness.
Or if
I was there.
Or if mom just whispered it in our ears while we slept to make us behave.
As she cut off your mullet curls.
Step out, just hush, little baby, don't you cry.
Okay, it's gotten weird. Let's talk about the Super Bowl.
Mama's got a pincushion you in the eye. Just whoa.
Crindy would never. But Google
Cut
the
my mullet
pincushion
while
man.
I slept. Yes, she would.
She did that. I
And
bear
did.
witness. I bear witness.
Woke up last night, middle of the night. You'll notice that I'm a little high and tight today because
That's
Crindy
why.
got sick of what was
She's
going on.
got a house key.
Back to the Super Bowl, guys.
Okay, so I went over to a friend's house. There was a lot going on. We were chatting, catching up until halftime. So let's start there. All right. Did you like the disclaimer they put up beforehand
About what?
about the Super Bowl, about Usher's performance?
No, what'd they say?
It said something like this could cause relationship problems. It was like a warning.
No, but that's
because you know
funny.
he was shirtless for a lot of it. I don't know if you know.
When he did, he took off his shirt, and I
off.
was like, you look good, Usher.
Yeah.
But do you look shirtless at the Super Bowl good?
Well, he's 45.
Do you look Adam Levine
I think
good?
he looked great.
Remember when Adam Levine took off his shirt? Everyone gave him so much grief. No one's talking trash on Usher.
Well, Usher.
Adam Levine, I saw a thing one time that just said, because of his tattoos, the way they are,
Yeah.
it said, one said he looks like a Chipotle bag. And then the other said, Adam Levine looks like he walked into a tattoo parlor and said, one of everything, please.
Just one of
And they're
everything.
just slapdash thrown together, paint by numbers.
It's like a human doodle bear.
Dude, Human Doodle Bear is your Marvel character name.
Start getting tats,
The
Ashley.
Gaslighter and the Human Doo-Doo Bear coming to burn down City Hall.
And his sidekick.
All right, back to
Usher, for heaven's sake. So he comes out there. I really enjoyed the way that they
Dynamite
shot
breakdown.
his performance.
Yeah, they kept cutting away so he could catch his breath.
Stop it. No, but he was dancing on the grass which was impressive. First of all,
I mean,
that was grass.
Usher still has those moves.
He's got the moves.
He's still juicy. He's still like oiled up.
Well, let's talk about how great he looks.
He looks great.
He's timeless.
I said last night, Usher has aged remarkably well and
He looks fantastic.
and appropriately.
Yes, agree.
Which, by the way, I had a wonderful conversation with dear friend Heather about plastic surgery and fillers yesterday.
Okay, we're going to get to that.
We need to come back to that.
We're going to come back. She told me to anticipate that.
Oh, it's going to be so good.
I am nervous about it.
It'll be fine.
Okay, so he comes out, and I appreciated the way they were shooting his performance, where, they were in tight.
Guerrilla
and then
style.
you had all of the dancers.
Hard pans, smash cuts.
Yeah. Contortionists.
Yeah.
People being thrown up in the air.
Yeah.
It was great.
Cirque du Soleil.
It was great. So that was cool.
Yeah.
And then all of the surprise cameos that you anticipated. I want to give you credit.
I anticipated a couple of them. I didn't anticipate all of them.
You anticipated Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah.
You anticipated.
Which is funny that Jermaine
Ludacris.
Dupri, like, because a lot of people are probably like, who?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah. But I give you credit.
I thank you for that.
Where credit's due.
Regional cameos.
Yes.
Luda.
Yep.
Of course, Luda. I mean, a big chunk of, is him. And Lil Jon.
Yes.
He came for the tots, and they were like, get on the field. It's fine.
And yell
It's
some.
fine.
And
He
do
was
some
up
yelling.
he was up in the suite just housing tots.
Yeah.
And they were like, bro,
Get down here.
get on the field. You remember that you were on this song? And he goes, oh, yeah.
And he did.
And then he spit out his tots and ran.
And he ran down.
Cargo pocket full of tots. Yeah, and then I'll tell you, the one that I didn't?
Alicia
Keys, which I should have because they have a hit together.
And they have a history together.
Can I tell you something about Alicia? She started a little flat. Here I am judging Alicia
She
Keys.
did.
Here I am judging Alicia
Look
Keys.
at you.
Shouldn't be.
But that first note was, whoop.
She's real good.
But I'll tell you what, it sounded like she had some problem with her in-ear or something.
It feels like
That's so much pressure.
to perform in from experience, to perform in a stadium setting in front of
that magnitude.
with that amount of pressure on you. Yeah. Guys, I played at Frenzy Brewing the other day and crippling
pressure.
Fear. No, I would imagine playing in a stadium is logistically crazy to get the sound right when you are the sole focus.
Oh.
When you're also slotting in the middle of such a crazy event, and like, I'm certain they had big sound checks and all that stuff, but then there's a million other things going. So I would imagine trying to get it to sound right is hard, which makes you respect the people that actually perform at the Super Bowl halftime show and sing live. Because I've seen people just lip sync it and phone it in. Because that would be the easier route. But no, not Alicia.
Not the performers last night.
Can I tell you something that I saw pregame that was yuck, which I hate to say because I like both of them? Did you see the duet that Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton did pregame?
I didn't.
It was not
What did they sing?
a song together.
Okay.
It's like whatever their version of Islands in the Stream would be.
Did they sing it? They sang it
Outside the stadium, on a stage. There was a big crowd, and they sang it. It just didn't. It didn't lean into either of their styles at all. It was like this weird milk toasty blend of what she does and what he does, and it's like, y'all, I love that you're a couple, but can we keep our art separate because we don't mix musically?
Okay. I hear you.
Oil and water. Is that
I hear your critique. I did not see it,
but I still adore them, the both of them.
For sure. Come on the podcast, guys.
Please.
Okay.
But not until after episode 89. We were booked for that one.
We're totally booked. So I appreciated all of the cameos very much.
Yeah.
And the whole time.
Gotta have them.
Gotta have them. Alicia was great. They were great together. They have great chemistry. She looked beautiful. That red piano was very cool.
Also, talk about timeless, aging wonderfully.
Beautiful.
Alicia Keys.
Gorgeous.
Fountain of Youth, those two found it.
So hydrated.
I'll tell you what the Fountain of Youth is: hydration and sultry R&B.
That's it.
Have you seen Casey and JoJo lately?
No.
They're Benjamin Buttoning. They're going backwards. Pioneers in the auto-tune world, those two really cranked it to 11.
They did. All right, so we have.
Hold on, can I tell you just quick 5, 6, 7 minute story? It'll actually take 2 seconds. Dear friend and husband of other dear friends of the pod. I'm not going to say his name because then we might back into the wedding that he was at.
Okay.
But he told me a story about how he was at a wedding and how the reception was in the same place as the wedding, which is normal.
Yeah.
But he said that the bride walked down the aisle to All My Life by Casey and JoJo.
Okay.
And he just said it was the most surreal, weird thing because the music was oddly quiet because they couldn't get it loud enough to fill the room. So all you heard was faint Casey and JoJo, her shoes scooting down the aisle, and the cheese fountain revving up in the background. So it's
Just a cacophony.
for someone like you. Nacho cheese for you, hand up shoes. Anyway, so back to the Super Bowl.
Okay, so
This is good. This is good.
This is great. I'm really trying hard to get us there.
God, you know what did it in is that before we started, you go, I've got a good agenda.
Guys, it doesn't matter what I do in advance.
Don't tip your hand and let me know that you're proud of your agenda because I'm going to gaslight all over it.
I'm going to derail it.
I'm going to doodle bug it.
So the coolest part about this to me was the skates. I was very impressed with his skating.
And again, you want to talk about things that I talked about previously?
You texted me and you said, he's on skates.
He's on skates. He's on quads, baby. He's shooting the duck, and America's bearing witness.
Smooth on those skates.
You gotta think that how smooth. I mean, the man moves like he's on skates anyway.
He really does.
So the fact that it translates one to the other makes sense. But it's a skill.
It's a real skill. He almost fell once.
The man clearly has his
cut away.
He clearly has his 10,000 hours on quads.
Yes.
He's done it.
It was impressive.
He's roll bouncing.
I enjoyed that very much. And during this, not only were you texting me.
He got those on and off real fast too, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
Everyone's bragging on Taylor's costume changes at the Eras tour. Has she changed into skates yet?
Laced him up.
I'll tell you this. I would not pay Eras tickets prices to go. But if I found out she had a whole portion on skates, I'm in.
Yeah.
When she's in her quads era, because you know she looks like Bambi learning how to walk on skates. You know Taylor Swift cannot.
Well, she's long.
You know
get it.
she cannot roller skate.
Well,
she seems like the type that would get a job at Sonic with the courtesy tray.
Okay.
And she just eats it. And it's catsup and salt packets.
She's long and lean.
She's not built for roller skating.
No, but the same could be said about me. I'm a pretty good roller skater. I know you deny it.
I challenge you to a race.
Let's do it. Not a race.
That's
I'm not here to race. I'm here to elegantly glide.
Okay, first off.
I'm here to roller derby. So you better watch it.
Okay.
I will throw some of these sharp bows.
Here's the contest.
I'm trying to talk about Usher.
Courtesy tray condiment delivery contest. Let's go to
Why does it have to be a contest?
Because
just let me live.
I was born to compete. I was born to roller skate, and I was born to deliver ketchup packets. Golly.
Okay. During Usher's performance.
Go ahead.
Mom was live texting both of us.
Yeah, she was.
And this was my favorite text. I enjoy Usher so much.
Yeah.
And Alicia Keys, all caps, that red moment was fire emoji.
Yeah, it was.
And then the text directly after was class. Class.
It's like 3 different people passed her phone around and gave their opinions of what was going on.
I loved it.
It's
I
great.
thought it was great, but I enjoy Usher so much, and I thought I do too. And then she asked, what do we rate the performance out of 10? I gave it an 8. She gave it a 9, and you didn't answer.
I needed to think about it.
You did, and then you were hateful later.
Well, you said you needed to rewatch it. No one needs to rewatch it.
Because there was a lot happening.
It's
and
only
going to get the whole picture.
The thing about a performance like that, here's what I would give it.
Okay.
I feel like I'm in 8 territory as well. It was good.
It was great.
And I think the reason
that's a hard show.
That's what I'm saying.
To conceive of and
I feel like to do anything that delivers at all gets you into 6 territory at least.
Yes.
But doing well at it.
Yep.
I'll give that an 8 for sure. Good cameos, good pacing, roller skating. That's a half point in and of itself.
Yeah.
But a performance like that is about the initial watch. Going back and rewatching, it's gonna be worse every time you rewatch it.
Sure, but I wanted to make sure I got the whole thing, but I did not because I knew you'd give me a hard time today. Okay, compared to last year, what would you say compared to Briono last year? Rihanna.
I liked it better than Brianna.
Same. Because there were more elements.
More elements, cameos and such.
Yes, you need them.
There wasn't, I think Brianna cameoed a baby.
She did. What she did was
what
very
she did was
impressive.
impressive. But I just feel like,
I need some variety.
and this is not, listen, pregnant women can do anything that pregnant men can do. But guys, I think that, I don't think Brianna was in her tip-top performing form because she had a parasite eating all of her food.
Wow. But she did some dangerous things.
She did. I just
that
don't.
condition.
But I mean, come on. I don't need to see a woman with child on quads.
No.
I
think someone would have stepped in.
Don't come roller skating in here all pregnant.
Especially flying in on plexiglass sheets.
No, don't.
Do not be on skates.
Can you
up there.
imagine Brianna just scooting around on quads on one of those floating platforms?
No. Someone would have had to step in.
Rihanna,
The NFL would have had to be like, listen.
get down. Rihanna, get off the... Rihanna, we said no skates this time.
Stop it.
You're
you're trying to top it from
You're
last
with
year.
child, Brianna.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But no, I agree. I enjoyed this year much more than last year.
But that's not to say that Brianna did not deliver. She did great.
She was great. She was great.
She.
But this year was more of a spectacle. And
Can
I'm
I
here
tell you
for it.
something about Brianna's performance that, and I think I've maybe said this before, but the thing about it that gives it more points for me, the guts to do a halftime show after the halftime show before hers, that's a tall order.
Nothing will ever top it.
Following that one would like for her to be like, okay,
I got this.
I'm pregnant. Get me my skates. Wagwang. Rude boys, get my skates. I'm gonna fly through the air. I don't care that I got a baby in my tum-tum. Get me roller skates. I don't care that Snoop Dogg rapped. I fly through the air.
She was awesome.
Who's next year? Usha?
Brandon.
Fetch me tots. John, quit eating all the tots. I've got a baby in my tum-tum.
I don't even know what to do with this impression. I don't know what to do with it.
John, quit eating all me tots. I got a baby in my tum-tum.
Brandon.
Okay. This was fun. Let's do it again next year. Anyway, guys.
I don't know what to do with it. Can we air it?
It's pretty good.
Can we air it?
100%. That's my Barbados.
Listen. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah. What I loved about this one is...
Oh, man.
What I loved about this one was the nostalgia. You're always going to get me with nostalgia.
100%. And I think they know that. I think that...
There's going to be no one new. Well, he also had her.
Yeah, and she's so great.
So good.
Like, it was...
What can she not do?
It was...
She can do everything.
She's a great guitar player.
Yes.
She's also got like... She's got a mysterious vibe. She's got like a Prince thing going on.
Totally.
Right? Like she shows up and you're like, literally, she walked forward and started playing.
Yeah.
And she was just ripping. She was so good. And I had a moment, I was go, is that her? I was like, because she just materialized
And
as if
she
out of...
changes up her style.
As if out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then she was gone.
Yeah.
Like-
She's so good.
Like Prince would have done.
Yep.
Which, by the way, is argued as the greatest halftime show of all time, Prince.
Okay.
Didn't hurt that it started raining on him during Purple Rain.
Come on.
And he's a shredder. Who was. He's dead now.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, that was great. What'd you think of the commercials?
Maybe he's not dead. Maybe he came back as her, which that would be the most Prince thing ever.
It really would.
Reincarnated as a female version of him. But it's her. The artist formerly known as Prince, now known as her, formerly known as the artist formerly known as Prince. Ladies and gentlemen.
Mind bender. What do you think of the commercials? Any of them stand out to you?
Micheal Cera wins for me.
Oh my gosh. I have never been so proud to be a consumer of that line of creams and lotions.
Totally. Like, what's funny is they didn't get a new customer in me. They already had one.
Yeah, but I'm here for life.
But that's right.
Locked in.
Subscriber. Forever. But my favorite part of that commercial, and Ted sent it right after, because Ted laughs at the same stuff that I laugh at, is after the whole thing, and Sarah just comes in and goes, "We like." That's my favorite part. We like. So funny.
He's so great.
And until then, the leader in this commercials for me was the one with April and Ron Swanson.
That one was great.
Yeah, it's just to see them together made me happy.
I can have a blast anywhere.
But just seeing him come in was great.
Riding the dragons.
Totally.
Bizarre.
He belongs on the back of a dragon.
He really
Ron
does.
Swanson.
It fits.
He's a majestic man.
What did you think of the Christopher Walken BMW one?
I thought it was great.
I loved it.
I thought it was great because what I love, first off, of course, he's the most impersonated person ever because
Exactly.
he's so specific.
Totally.
And everyone has one.
And everyone thinks they have one.
Everyone thinks they have one. There are varying levels of good and bad, mine included.
And I thought the commercial did a great job of portraying that.
Of covering
Yes.
it. And it was, I love when two things. I love when a celebrity reaches a point where they do not take themselves so seriously
Yes.
and can like poke fun at their stuff.
Totally.
And he's totally there.
Yep.
At the end, after they did it, what did he say as he was driving off? Like when the voiceover did an impression of him, he goes, "Come on." This is my favorite. But
was
it's
great.
To me, it's like a throwback to, do you remember the SNL sketch when he hosted and it was the Walken family reunion?
Yes.
And it was every cast member doing their Walken impression.
Yes.
Oh, so great.
So good. That one was in my top 3. I loved it.
I agree. It was really, really solid.
Speaking of celebrities not taking themselves too seriously, what did you think of the Dunn Kings, the Ben Affleck and the...
The best part of that commercial was Matt Damon.
Agree.
Was when he goes, "It's really hard to be your friend, man."
Totally.
Favorite part.
Yes.
And then at the end when he goes, what does he say? He goes, "How do you like them donuts?"
Donuts?
And he goes, "I'm so sorry."
I'm so sorry.
But it's really hard to be your friend. It got me pretty good.
I liked it.
And again, not taking himself too seriously.
No,
It's great.
Exactly. I love that when and I think we're seeing more of that as I don't know, as TV and
Aging-
streaming.
Right. And there's more
Yeah.
opportunities to be seen and to like, I feel like it humanizes the person.
Yes.
And it's
Which is
also like,
always a good thing.
there's a line at which it gets sad when you're still trying to be like the young, cool version of yourself.
Yeah.
And when you can,
Brandon.
well, I'm still the young, cool version of myself. Can I tell you something? That hurt a lot.
I was teasing. I was teasing.
It didn't. Here's the beauty about being me. Pause for effect. Hold for applause. No, the beauty of being me is I was never the young, cool version of myself. So there's
Stop
nothing
it.
to cling to.
You've always just been the cool version of yourself.
Okay.
That's it. And that's high praise.
I love that you're backpedaling, trying to fix this.
I mean it.
You're backward skating.
I was
And you're
referencing
trying-
last week when you said your goal with your skincare regimen is to use your college ID to get in places. That's what I was referencing.
Yeah, and I still do it.
And that's
I
when we
used it at the
referenced Sarah
roller
V.
rink just the other day. We like?
We like.
That's what I did. I held it up, the roller rink, and I go, "We like?" And they go, "Come on in.
Come on in.
Come on in, roll bounce."
It's only $2 for you.
Hold on. Let's go back to the beginning real quick because we're covering halftime
Yeah.
and commercials. Do you know who did a phenomenal job?
Posty?
Posty.
Posty.
Loved it because
I loved his look.
do you know who totally
Looking sharp, Posty.
classy, looking lean, bolo tie-in. You know who else was rocking a bolo at the Soupy Bowl? Beyonce. Bolos are back
She
in
looked beautiful.
She's doing a whole Western thing right
She
now.
looked gorgeous.
She
She
always-
promoted her new thing, which
always
is country.
She always looks great. She's Beyonce. Come on.
She does, man. Her hair looked gorgeous.
But here's the thing. Posty. Do you know who could take some notes from old Posty? Is Fergalicious. Because when you're given or Scott Stapp, anyone, because Cody sent a text right after Post saying and just said, he sounds better than Scott Stapp singing this song because Scott Stapp singing that song is one of my favorite things ever. But
I remember.
what Post Malone did that I think few people probably expect, people that don't know much about him,
Unlike you.
I'm a poster child. That's what we call ourselves, guys. We if his fan club's not called that, they're doing it wrong, guys. I'm starting the local chapter of the Poster Children, and we're coming out in a big way.
We have Cane's Chicken at every meeting.
Oh God, just for the sauce alone, I want to start this club. The thing about, because his look, not his outfit, but his face and his tattoos and
Human
just his vibe.
doodle bear.
Dude, totally Chipotle bag.
Yeah.
He's like a tattoo artist's, like an apprentice's practice person.
Yes.
Kind of. It's like, we ran out of space. Let's go out of the face.
Yes.
I feel like because of his look and because of his larger than life persona and all of that, people might have expected him to do too much with the song. But you know what he did? Kept it simple, kept it pretty, played the guitar and beautifully, and he had that little pedal steel in the background that gave it a little like folksy, kind of Woody Guthrie, like it was like to the roots of it. And man, he did it. He took his bows, wonderful. Yeah. I thought he, to me, musically,
had a moment.
Knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
love it, and just again rooting for him just in general because he's great.
Yep, and then Reba.
Anyway, come on, you want to talk about a person? I said this out loud after I talked about how she saved my life. And I got, the minute she showed up on screen, I got 7 texts from different people that would said stuff like, "Your savior," blah, 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 like all this stuff. And Ted announced it at his Super Bowl gathering. The legend is spreading. Anyways.
Listen, the fact that you're tied to her in any way.
Anyway, I said last night also, I was like, the only reason I need anything musically that I do to find any commercial success is so that I can accept an award and thank Reba for saving my life.
Right? What a moment that would be.
Will be.
To manifest it.
Can I tell you something? The thing about Reba is Reba sings like Reba sings. Yes. No one sounds like Reba.
Nope.
And I don't know that I've ever seen a person look more at ease.
Yes.
Pointing. Yes. Up there, like literally up there.
I belong here.
Can't nobody say that Reba doesn't belong on that stage.
Born to do this.
Seriously.
And look at my belt buckle.
Here's your one chance, fancy. Don't let me down.
And I'm not going to let you down, America.
No, tots.
And I never will.
Tots, hotsy totsy up here.
She did great.
Dude, she did. She looked, you can tell when an artist is like
nervous,
overcoming some nerves. Not Reba.
No. It was great.
Walked in like she owned the place.
Yeah.
She did.
She did own the place. It was great. But man, football is why we were there, maybe. And what a game.
Sports ball. And I just hope both teams have fun.
I just hope they all have fun.
Yes. Great game.
Holy smokes.
Great game. And always a delight when the Super Bowl is a good game. Because it's like, you know, the advertisers love it because people are sticking around.
Oh. And there's still those prime spots in there.
Totally.
You know?
Totally.
But yeah, the Chiefs won in overtime, 25-22. So the Chiefs have now won 2 back to back. That's a big deal.
And they've been in like 5 of the last, no, they've been in 6 of the last, all 6 of the last AFC Championship games, and I think like 4 of the last 5 Super Bowls, maybe something crazy. Dynasty, man. They're going after. They're coming for you, Patriots. Yep. Bill Belichick and Tom Brady.
Yep.
Pretty great. Listen, I did not have a dog in the fight as to who would win.
That's kind of how we felt at our house.
Here was what I wanted. I wanted the 49ers to win for the Brock Purdy story. The whole Mr. Irrelevant thing. He was drafted in 2022, so he's a child. Yeah. Let's just qualify.
So young. What a baby face.
He's still using his college ID at the roller rink for sure.
And no one's checking him on it.
No. But drafted last in the draft. But like the whole like joke is they call him Mr. Irrelevant because he was forgotten.
What a title.
And in his second year in the league, he was the quarterback in the Super Bowl. Huge. And he got him there. He was ice cold to get him there. Gosh. And so for the storyline of watching him win it would have been great for that purpose. But even still, he raised his stock last night by such a great game. The second reason I wanted the Chiefs to win because the pro wrestling fan in me loves to have a bad guy, loves to have the heel. Like when Hulk Hogan turned bad guy and everyone, like it got people excited. I think the Chiefs being like the perennial Super Bowl contender winner and everyone wanting to hate them, I think makes it interesting because having a bad guy makes it more fun. couple that with the Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift stuff, I think that makes them infinitely more hateable by football fans. And so I think it makes it fun to watch for me. And then the other thing is I wanted it to end on a very controversial call, like a bad pass interference call, something that made it seem rigged, even though it's not, just for the conspiracy theories alone. I wanted that because I wanted.
Because our nation needs that right now.
Well,
We need
it'll
to
distract
spin
from.
out
It'll distract
even more.
Here's the thing: Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce conspiracy theories will at least distract from the real conspiracies that are going on.
I can't.
Certainly,
I can't with any of it, guys. I cannot with any of it. But
we just need more Bob Ross. We need more Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers.
that's what I'm saying.
In our lives,
That's what I'm saying.
but they're behind it all.
Are they
Bob Ross.
pulling the strings?
Here's the thing. It's called misdirection. He's over here drawing happy little trees. and he's a puppet master over here controlling the Kelce brothers.
Listen,
Controlling them.
I don't like any of this. But yeah, it was.
Just put this happy little tree over here. Let's put this happy little tree over here. What do you say, Fred? Hey, neighbor. Hey, neighbor. I'm not controlling Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Mr. Rogers would never.
He's wonderful.
Fred would never.
He would. He's the greatest.
Human.
Arguably the greatest human.
He's the best of us.
He's the best of us.
Taylor made it there from Tokyo.
She did.
And
she had it.
You know,
She had a full suite of celeb beauties.
she did.
Ice Spice. I saw her introduce Ice Spice to Jason Kelce. It panned up to their suite, and she goes, "This is my friend Ice." That's what she mouthed. I
Yes.
was like, "Oh, okay."
As you do.
As you do when you introduce Ice Spice to
It's the first name.
former football players.
That's it. And then later she was like, "This is my pal, her."
This is her.
This is her.
And we got a real who's on first moment.
It is.
Who's her?
But you know what? I'm glad, and mostly for their sake, because they've been under such pressure that they've put on themselves.
Yeah, they've welcomed it.
But you know what? I am grateful that we're going to cool it just a little bit.
We're not. It's not.
But there's not going to be a game every weekend where we can highlight it.
Did you not
She's
hear?
on tour.
Did you not hear that the NFL has extended the season just so that we'll get this thing really ramped up?
How's this going to work?
Keep playing.
But who? How?
It doesn't matter. Go play soccer. I don't care.
We got to televise this.
We're going to Tokyo. We're taking the season on the road. Every Eras Tour performance is going to have a halftime, and that halftime is going to be a full football game.
And the Chiefs have to play them all.
We're flipping it on its ear. Taylor Swift is changing the game. No more. Gone are the days of a musical artist performing at halftime of a football game. The footy ball boys are playing football at the halftime of the music game.
And it took Taylor to do it.
Right between folklore and lovers, here come the Chiefs.
That's it.
Hitting each other.
That's it. Kelce bumping the coach. What was that?
Oh, he's running a little hot.
No, sir.
He's running hot. But here's the thing.
No, sir.
I think it's
Come on the podcast.
It's
Let's talk about
childish behavior, but it's also heat of the moment. And Andy Reid is an experienced enough coach, and that's one of his superstars. I think they probably squashed that immediately. He was just like, Travis is running hot. We're in the Super Bowl. Let's move past it.
I hope he doesn't run hot like that in life. I don't like that.
You know he does.
I don't like that.
He's an aggressive fellow.
I don't like that.
Gosh.
Anyway, Valentine's Day's coming up this week.
Go ahead.
Do you have any plans?
No.
No.
No, I don't.
You're not going to take Lindsay on a date?
Well, hang out here.
What?
I got a pork shoulder going.
Brandon,
I do. Did you smell it? No, you smelled incense.
you need to take her on a date.
We'll hang out here.
Take her to a restaurant.
Anyways, I got a pork shoulder going.
Brandon,
It'll be
I
leftovers.
really hope we come
The
back
flavors
next
will
week
meld.
and you say, I actually took Lindsay on a date.
Okay, well, spoiler
Lindsay.
alert, guys.
Lindsay, I'm trying.
Anyway,
Jeff and I are going to go on a Valentine's date next weekend
cool.
because Wednesday is Ash Wednesday.
Do you guys want some pork shoulder? I got one going.
And so we'll have a service at church on Wednesday night. Very, romantic Ash Wednesday.
Cool.
That's how it falls this year. Speaking of churches.
You guys are going to go on a date right after. You're going to show up. Nicest restaurant in town.
Yeah.
Big old soot head.
Yeah. Just the cross on the forehead.
Table for one.
That's it.
No thanks.
We're good.
I gave up fish.
That's it.
No thanks. No sugar for me.
It's Lent.
Ash head.
Lenten season.
Ashley Wednesday.
The fact that it falls on Valentine's this year is weird. But speaking of church services, and I want to take us serious for just a moment.
Oh, good.
Well, this Saturday, I helped lead my first funeral, and it was for the friend that I mentioned a couple of weeks ago. And I just want to mention this because it was such a team effort, and I felt like our staff and our elders really pitched in to make this a really beautiful day.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of it because I think we were able to capture the essence of this person.
Yeah.
I mean, down to every detail. She was very active in the local music scene,
Okay.
especially bluegrass.
Oh, that's cool.
And every song that was chosen, there was a special music that was beautiful. And the stories that were told, it was just so personal. But this was a detail that I loved. She was very connected to nature, and she was a big gardener, loved
cool.
plants and animals of all kinds. So in lieu of flowers, her husband requested that everyone bring a potted plant and then leave with a different one than the one they brought.
Oh, like a little swap.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then plant it and nurture it in memory of her.
Oh, that's
Isn't that
neat.
beautiful?
That is great. I love that.
It was just such a wonderful service. It was just a beautiful thing to be a part of. It was such an honor to take part in it. I loved being able to tell stories about her and share the impact that she made on my life and my family's life.
Awesome.
And it was just a really, funerals never provide like true closure, right? It's always going to
Right.
your grief continues.
Sure.
But it just felt like
It's nice when they're like a
really-
celebration of life
That's
rather
what it
than
was.
yeah, sure. That's cool.
That's what it was.
That's what you want, right?
Yeah. And her family was so dear.
Yeah.
And truly, she was such a wonderful person. One of our other friends who was close with her said, if I had not known her in real life and I'd come to the service, I would have thought, you guys are joking. No one is that good. But she was. So I just wanted to mention that. It was just helpful in processing that
Sure.
grief.
That's great.
Being able to kind of jump into action and help plan that celebration.
Love it.
Was really beautiful. Okay. The other day I had Hope and her buddy in the car with me, and they were telling me about recess that day. And they're in fourth grade, and apparently there's some animosity between the fourth grade and the fifth grade.
Go.
And they have recess together,
Tale as old as time.
right?
Fourth and fifth.
Playground shenanigans,
Fourth and fifth.
right?
It's like Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton's music styles. They
Oil
just
and
don't
water.
work.
Oil
They
and
just
water.
don't work.
The fifth graders have senioritis.
Sure.
The fifth graders, the second semester,
Sure.
their sights are set on middle school. They're
That's
out of
it.
here.
They're out of here.
Their bodies are at elementary. Their minds are in middle.
Yeah.
But sometimes the fifth graders will just steal the soccer ball
Sure.
that the fourth graders are playing with and throw it over the fence.
Sure. It's a real Biff Tannen move. It's a real Biff Tannen move.
Just cool guy stuff.
Go get it.
But apparently it goes both ways. The fourth graders antagonize.
Sure. Well,
you
gotta mix it up. That's schoolyard shenanigans 101.
Exactly. So her pal was incredulous.
Sure.
And she kept saying, they're only in the first square. And I was trying to follow. She was like, they think they're so cool, but they're only the bosses of the first square. And in her mind, elementary was the first square, and then comes middle, and then high, and then college. So in her mind, it's four squares, and they're only in the first square. They're at the bottom of it. So how can they be so cool? And so I explained to them that the playground has always been a place where shenanigans took place and where legends were created. And so I told them some of my own tales. So welcome to Tales from the Playground Corner.
Okay, let's hear it.
My first realization is that when we were in elementary school, the playground seemed huge to me.
Yeah.
Massive playground.
Sure.
I saw it the other day. It is not.
No.
It is not at all.
It never is like, it's like when you go back to our childhood home and the backyard is way smaller than you remember it being.
Tiny,
Yeah.
but it was a kingdom at the time.
Sure.
And to me, it was just this massive dusty field.
Sure.
So dusty.
So dusty.
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 In one of my memories, there was this big like horseshoe apparatus, and at the peak of it, it reached a good 8-9 feet above the ground.
Okay.
And it was rickety, and I got a ton of splinters from it.
Yeah, there were no
So
rules.
many
There were no
splinters.
rules.
No. Also, I don't think there were any playground monitors.
Turn of the century jungle gyms and no supervision. It's literally they tore apart a covered wagon and rebuilt it back into a jungle gym.
Listen, So I remember
And
swinging.
then when you're not swinging on the wood, getting splinters, you're touching 1,000-degree metal.
Yes.
You're getting 3rd-degree burns on the back of your gams coming down the slide, trying to impress the boys.
But I remember swinging on this thing, and it was rickety. The whole thing would move.
Russian roulette, man.
It was. And
Yeah.
I remember my whole body was parallel, and I swung out, and I just let go of the bar, hit the ground so hard, full on my back, knocked all the breath out of me.
Oh, that's the worst.
Paralyzed.
Worst feeling. When the breath leaves
Paralyzed.
your body, your soul is literally looking down at you.
I couldn't breathe.
Shouldn't have done it.
I couldn't move.
Shouldn't have done it, dummy.
No one was around.
No.
No monitors. And I just was there for who knows how long. Yeah. Finally,
You might still be there. There's no telling.
I peeled myself off the ground. Another time.
Just a mountain of wood chips. Yes. Just literally. Is that a hypodermic needle in my tuchus right now? What did I land on? Did I land on just a bed of broken glass? Put that here. Is that a Bud Dry bottle that some hobo threw on the ground last night?
I don't remember trash on the playground.
The reason
I
it's
just remember
called
hard-packed dust.
The reason it's called Blood Ridge Elementary School.
That's why.
Is because of all the broken bottles in the pit.
That's it.
In the wood chip
Have
pit.
fun, kids. The teachers will be in the lounge
Here.
having a cig.
Enjoy your square pizza and charburgers and go play in the wood chip pit, idiots. I need some Pall Malls. I need some Pall Malls and a Jameson in my coffee mug. I need to go sit in the smoky teacher's lounge and regret all of my life decisions. Shut up and get under the parachute. Go climb the ropes, idiot.
We had great teachers. Do not.
Dodgeball.
Do not.
It's dodgeball day. That means I get to peg you in your stupid face and you can't say anything to your parents about it.
Our teachers did not do this. Okay, real quick. Another time.
Birdwell. Go roll around in the wood chips.
My gosh.
Look out for needles.
Look out. Okay, another time in 5th grade, my class went on a field trip to a local park.
Okay.
We were supposed to pack our lunches, take them to this park. And a kid named Andy flipped the bar.
Oh, went over it.
Flipped the bar. One other kid and I saw it. I will never forget his eyes after that experience.
It's legendary stuff.
He was a legend.
He started on the bar, one kid.
Yeah.
And then he emerged. It's like you go into another universe on the other side of the bar flip.
It is.
You never come back.
A legend was born that day. And only one kid and I saw it
I've heard
happen.
about Andy.
Have you? Okay. Yeah. Everyone has.
Everyone has.
Everyone has.
Every schoolyard's got an Andy.
In fact, his nephew is one of Asher's friends. And I told him I said, your Uncle Andy, legend.
Andy, the thing about Andy is he's the guy who has been living in that moment ever since. He's never topped it. So he's the guy drinking Bud Ice on the playground at night and smashing his bottles.
He is most certainly not. I
remember when I flipped this bar. No. I remember I flipped this bar, and I've been downhill ever since. Some supervisor at work doesn't appreciate me. I tried to tell him about it.
It's been
smoking cigs.
Uphill ever since.
Okay, well, uphill battle.
No. Anyway, a funny thing has happened to me twice in the last 2 weeks.
I love that you keep coming up with topics so I don't talk about the face filler conversation that I had with Heather. I'm going to get it in one of these episodes.
Next week.
Just so you know.
Okay, but this is funny because this just happened and it affects you as well.
Okay.
Siri has been texting people about my kids' hygiene. Let me explain.
Like they're the stinky kid in class and Siri knows it?
No. Oh. The first time it happened to you, you received a text from me that said, "Did you wear your rubber bands?"
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Harrison's trying to get his braces off next week, and he has to wear rubber bands. So I'm trying to remind him every now and then gently to wear those. He's been doing a great job. For some reason, I was voice texting, and you got it.
Yeah.
So that was the first time.
I was so confused.
You said,
what? What?
Hey, what?
Hey, what? No, I didn't.
Didn't wear them.
Am I supposed to?
Okay.
What'd I do?
So that was the first time. On Wednesday, it happened again, and this was even worse. I got in the car with one of my kids, I'm not going to say which one, to take him or her to youth band practice. And I turned around in the car and I said, "Did you put on deodorant? Do you need some?"
Sure.
because we always keep an extra in the glove box.
I feel like that would have
Because
been
people forget.
that would have been a way more appropriate text to send me than the rubber band one.
Well, I texted Maddie T.
Oh, did he go? Well, yeah, I did. I did.
Our friend Maddie, who's the leader of the youth band. So when we get to church,
That's
he looked at me.
hilarious.
He looked at me and he goes, "Yeah, actually, no, I did put on deodorant today, and I don't need any."
Thanks for asking, weirdo. Weirdo.
So ever since, I just intermittently will text him and say,
Hey,
"Did you put on deodorant today?"
hey, bud. Hey, bud. Just your man-child friend that you have to remind things like that. Brandon.
So I just text my
Are those
colleagues.
clean undies today? Did you do the smell test on them at least?
I'm telling you, Siri has it in for me. Expect that. Next, who's it going to send it to next? I don't know. Someone that I would just be humiliated.
Just an acquaintance.
Thankfully, it's been you and Maddie T.
Just an acquaintance.
Listen.
Hey, there's so much pee on the floor. Was that you? And then just some like friend you met at like a social gathering of moms.
Listen.
What?
Ashley is bizarre. But yeah. So
Have you
this
been
keeps happening.
farting in the pog closet?
What?
And then it's just it's your orthodontist.
Yeah, right. Just someone
And
our
then,
financial advisor.
and then they check their phone and go, how did she know I've been farting in the pog closet? That's where I sneak off to fart.
Oh my gosh.
My pog womps.
Okay, really quickly. I've been reviewing natural remedies for stress and anxiety. This one's kind of different, and I brought it for you to
Can
try.
I tell you one that's not is doing a podcast with your sibling? That is the opposite of a natural remedy
That's
for
why I have
stress
to
and
bring
anxiety.
that's why I have to
What's
take
this?
these things. So I'm
Do
gonna
I just
throw it to
squeeze
you.
this?
Yeah. So this was given to me by my friend Angie, who's our mental health Isn't that great?
It's like a stress ball, but harder to squeeze.
Exactly. There's nice resistance there. Guys, it's the Nice Cube by Nido. You can find these online.
I love this.
Isn't that great?
It's pretty great.
You need one for in here. It helps to get the juices flowing. I'll do it when I'm writing.
It's super fidgety too. Like I'm a fidgeter, and so to have a thing to like,
You need it.
that's great. I'll
Isn't
tell
it
you.
great?
I'll tell you what. I feel like
Thanks, Angie.
the amount of give that a typical stress ball has is it gives too easily.
Yep.
I need to,
There's good resistance.
make me work for it. And this is also a good little forearm
Uh-huh.
at her CCO.
I know. You need one. I've gotten one for all the kids.
I'm gonna be so not stressed, and I'm gonna have Popeye forearms.
I'm saying you need it. The Nice Cube
Keep your
by Nido.
keep your spinach. Give me the nice cube.
Sponsor us, Nido.
We like.
How is your algorithm?
Sorry, what? I'm lost in this
He's
nice
fidgeting.
cube. It's good. I've getting. I said his name out loud before the podcast started.
Devin.
Devin Patrick. Devin something.
Devin.
He
He's
just
like her.
he is. He's the artist formerly known as Prince, now known as Her, but also known as Devin.
Okay.
He does those videos. I also have Caleb Francis. They do the same kind of videos where it's like him talking to himself, but it like cuts back and forth, and he just acts out little sketches.
Yeah.
And the one that I got yesterday, I might have sent it to you. It's him going to a donut shop and ordering donuts, and it's so stupid,
Okay.
but so funny.
Yeah.
And I love it so much. That a ton of like Super Bowl ramp up stuff, and I'm sure a lot of Super Bowl cool down stuff will be in my algorithm as well. But those
Memes.
and then food, so much food, so many food reviews, and
That
it's my own
hasn't
fault
changed.
because I just watch them
Because I keep eating food.
because I need to quit it.
Yeah.
But no, that's mine. What about yours?
So there is a girl that I've started following, and some of you may know her. Her name's Jamie Nato, and she does Target fashion reviews. And man, I have never not laughed out loud. But I've gotten to know more about her, and she's kind of like in a faith space and kind of in a comedy space, and I love that combination. And so she's a great new follow, Jamie Nato. What you been watching, reading, or listening to?
Pivot.
Pivot.
Again, I will credit Wiser because it's very easy to get caught in a music rut and just listen to the same stuff.
Yeah.
He got me on that album generator, and it's been feeding me albums. This week, my albums.
Thanks, AI.
Yeah, totally. This week, whenever you take over and rule us, that's fine, but just keep giving me good albums. This
And
week,
remember, we were nice.
but
AI.
I'm sticking to the plan and listening to stuff even if I don't really want to listen to it. This week, it gave me Joshua Tree by U2. Listened to the whole record.
Okay, good for you.
I gave it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
Because the production is really good and it's a remaster.
Yes.
The music's not all for me. There were a couple of songs on there that I didn't remember that I enjoyed, but the hits I'm not crazy about. It gave me Californication by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, which I gave a 3 out of 5, but it took me back to my junior year of high school, big time.
Yeah.
But the last 2 days,
I've been listening to the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
It's given me great records. Today it gave me Kid A by Radiohead. I listen to that all the time. So that's just me going to be listening to a record that I listen to anyways.
You've always loved Radiohead.
They're so great. That's a nostalgia machine.
Yeah.
But yesterday, shockingly, it gave me the record Live Through This by Courtney Love's band, Hole. That album rules.
Really?
Shockingly enjoyed
When
it.
was that one released?
90s. I mean, early 90s, probably 93, 94, probably.
She's wearing a slip dress with bruises all over her legs.
It's a really good record. Like, it's like a punk rock record with a girl band just ripping. It's so good.
Do you think it was overshadowed by her relationship?
Probably.
And
I think
what happened with Kurt
her pop culture presence is far more notable than her music was.
Yeah.
But when you listen to it, it's pretty great.
Is she still making music?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I think she's had some years.
Sure, of course. What about their daughter, Frances?
Frances Bean. She's married. I think she's getting married or is married to Tony Hawk's son.
Oh.
Coolest kid ever they're going to have.
Yeah,
roller
right?
skating grunge baby.
Get ready for a resurgence of the
and
90s
then
grunge.
watched the movie The Holdovers, right?
How was it?
With Paul Giamatti? Fantastic.
Oh,
He's such a good actor.
I love him.
A touching little, it's like a weird, it's got weird backwards Dead Poet Society energy. Nice. But it's great. Good movie.
Worth the watch.
100%. It took 8 hours to watch between dealing with Ben and everything, but got through it. Okay. Anyway, what about you?
Nice. A podcast I mentioned last week, the Bakersfield 3. Guys, this was quite a saga. 15 episodes, around 30 minutes apiece. This was a dark and very twisty podcast, but what a great bit of storytelling. It was hard to listen to at times, but if you're into true crime, good storytelling, yes, but steel yourself because it's...
Gird your loins.
It's a tough one. But the moms of the 3 people who went missing are the true heroes and the true subjects of the story, and their relationship is really something special. But be aware it's a tough one. I've been listening to, we did a quick trip to the lake yesterday, and on the way home, Harrison rode with me, and we were listening to each other's playlists. And that was really fun because there were a lot of things that matched up. I don't know if you know this. A lot of music lately is trash.
Oh, you don't say.
Trash.
You don't say.
And I mean filthy trash.
Yeah, it's not great.
Like, what has happened? We're off the rails. Yeah. And so I'm proud of my kids, and I'm thankful to the School of Rock for their music education.
Yeah.
So much of his playlist, 90s rock, classic rock,
That's
grunge.
great.
Speaking of grunge. Anyway, I loved it. Okay, guys, we've got t-shirts out this week. We're going to put more links on socials. Brandon's Ye Old Mammogram Shop.
Yeah.
And the Inlet Mall tour.
Yeah.
So look for those. What's your warm heartbeat?
Got out for the first time in a long while and played some music the other night, and a lot of people came out. And this is so dumb and self-indulgent, but looking around and seeing people know my music that I've never met before, and be so supportive,
a big deal,
and come up and say really great things and being super cool. That was really fun. Just it was nice. It was fun, and I got to see a lot of friends that came out and all that stuff. So there's mine.
Your other one's going to be the Valentine's date you take Lindsay on.
I got a pork shoulder going.
So mine was being part of the service for this friend.
Yeah.
True team effort. What a beautiful experience.
Golly,
in the midst of a hard time.
I need a whiteboard where I keep track of our warm hearts.
Yours was great.
There are always competitions, and you win every time.
I hate
Hey, guys, thanks for listening to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. Ashley's hearts are warmer than mine. I appreciate it. We're going to talk about face fillers next week. Tune in.
Bye.